Hello there, welcome back to another guitar lesson. Today we're going to be learning Purple Stain by the Red Hot Chili Peppers from Californication, a real sort of funky, sort of Hendrix sort of idea, like motifs going on here. So we'll just get straight into it. It starts with this intro, so you basically make this octave 12th fret on the low E string with your first finger and put your third finger on the 14th fret of the D string. All other strings sort of remain muted, so you just want to hear these two strings ringing out. And you just sort of slide down with that, so you just sort of slide down from the 12th fret, okay, and then you do 4 hits on the 5th fret of the D string. You do that a few times, then third finger on the 7th fret of the A string, first finger on the 5th fret of the D string, 2 hits on the 7th fret of the D string. So you do that. So really quite simple stuff here going on, but really funky sort of thing. So just slide down, then okay, you do that. Then you do this same kind of thing. Next, this is the pre-chorus, by the way. So just done the intro and the verse. That's all it is. Really simple. Then we do the same type of thing, but only much looser this time. So we do the 7th fret on the A string, third finger, first finger on the D string on the 5th fret, third finger on the D string on the 7th fret, and then use your pinkies to hit the high E and B strings twice on the A string. Sorry, on the 8th fret. Okay, that kind of thing. Then 5th fret on the G string with your first finger, 7th fret on the D string with your third finger, then 5th fret on the D string with your first finger. And you can put bends in there, a bit of a brass. Okay? It's got that kind of idea. Keep it nice and loose. Just keep it nice and loose and just get in there. And saying you can put, like I say, bends in there and things like that. You do the same again each time. So then on the second time, just do 2 hits on that G note there on the D string. So just keep it nice and loose and just, like I say, just have fun with Just keep that nice and loose and have fun with that. Then we do sort of another verse. And then we go into the chorus. So the chorus to Purple Stain, it starts with 2 hits on the low E string on the 3rd fret. Slide up from 5 to 7 on the low E. Sort of the like a Hendrix sort of a Hendrix kind of idea here. So 2 hits on the low E string with your on the 3rd fret, slide up 5 to 7 on the low E, then play 5, then 7 on the A. Again, you just can't help but just go into that sort of Hendrix sort of idea, that sort of Hendrix motif there. So yeah, 2 hits on the low E string, the 3rd fret, slide up from 5 to 7, then 5 to 7 on the A string, then low E opens. Okay, low E open. Then you play this Hendrix chord, which is you may have heard like in songs like Purple Haze. You know, that kind of thing. So to play this Hendrix chord, 7 sharp 9, without getting too much into the theory here. Second finger on the 7th fret of the A string, first finger on the 6th fret of the D string, third finger on the 7th fret of the G string, pinky finger on the B string on the 8th fret. So okay, so then we do that same riff again. Then it ends with a slide from 7 to 9 instead of that Hendrix chord. Okay, then you do the same riff again, this time with the Hendrix chord. Okay, then the same riff again with an octave slide that goes from the 5th to the Okay? Like that. So you're just playing your first finger here on the low E string, third finger on the D string on the 7th fret, just that octave kind of idea. Same riff again with the Hendrix chord, same riff again with the then that's it. Just alternate between them three things. So you can end with a Hendrix chord, a slide on the 7 to 9, or an octave slide 5 to 7 on the low E, and then back into the riff, and then then back into the pre-chorus bit, then the chorus, and then we get into this sort of sorry, it's just such a funky song. Right, so next we get into this sort of outro section. There's a lot of effects in this, but I'll be going into that next. Okay, so this outro section, there's lots of effects going on here that's John using, but I will just give you an idea of what's being played so you can sort of have fun with it. It's very hard sometimes to like distinguish what exactly John is playing here, because there's a lot going on, there's a lot of effects in the background and everything, but what I'm going to do is just give you an overall sort of rough sort of idea of what is being played. So if you bar your first finger across the D, G and B strings on the 12th fret, and put your pinky on the fret on the 15th fret on the high E, and just basically you strum this for 2 bars, and then basically move the whole thing down 1 fret. So if you're going from, if we say like our first finger is our guide here on the 12th, you go down to the 11th for 2 bars, then back up again, then for 2 bars again. So you've gone 2 bars, 2 bars, 2 bars, 2 bars, okay? Then you put your first finger on the 8th fret of the B string, second finger on the 9th fret of the G string, pinky on the high E on the 12th. Which might be a bit of a stretch for some people. 2 bars again with that. Then the same type of shape as what we was doing before, this time beginning from the 7th fret, with your pinky on the 10th, 2 bars. Then slide that down to the 5th, then back up to the 7th. So you've gone like, you're playing this shape here, then back up to the 7th. Then we basically go up to the same position we played at the beginning with 12 and 15 for 2 bars. Then down to 11th and 14 for 1 bar. And you go up this time to the 14. So instead of staying on it, what you do is you go up there. Then we do 12 and 15 again on 2 bars. Like I say, just bear with me with all this. You may have to watch the video a couple of times because there's just a lot going on here. So 12 and 15, 2 bars. Okay, then 15, I'm just using, like I say, we're still playing this sort of octave shape. Okay, then we do 15 and 18. Okay. And what we're doing is we mix it up a little bit now. So 16th fret on the G string with your first finger. Second finger on the 17th fret of your B string. And pinky finger on the 19th fret of the high E. Okay? So you've gone like... Then you go... Okay, with the high E string. Then you go back to the 12 and 15 for 4 bars. Then 14, 17 for sort of half a bar. And then you slide sort of up to the 15, 18. You sort of stay on that as the song sort of rides out. And then basically you end on this chord we was playing here with that 16th fret on the G string. And John puts some bends in there. So what I'll do is I'll play it through quite slowly, just to give you an idea of like sort of the positioning. I'll say you see it's basically just that shape. Or the only time you sort of mix it up is when you go here. But if you wanted to keep that simple, what I might do is just take your pinky out that time when you go to here on the 8th and the 9th. So if we play it all through slowly. That just sort of gives you an idea. I know I sort of messed up there a couple of times, but it's just there's, as I say, there's a lot of effects going on there. There's a lot of like I say, the song gets loud and it's kind of sometimes hard to distinguish exactly what John's playing, but he's basically in essence just moving this shape around. But it's another one of them things, like I keep stressing, is improvise with it. Don't necessarily worry. I'm never worried about playing things exactly note for note the way John plays it. But just to give you an idea of sort of what is being played, so you can see it sort of, if you're playing this in a band or you're jamming along to it yourself at home, you can, like with that thing there, you might think, oh, that sounds right, but I might put the pinky in there as well, or I might. And you just sort of say, it's just remembering half of what we're like, sort of the positioning there is the key there. But have fun with Purple Stain. As I say, it's a really sort of Jimi Hendrix funky, and then it sort of gets all kind of psychedelics sort of at the end. Why they didn't release it as a single, I don't know, but I think it's a real hidden gem on Californication. Going back just quickly, another thing I was thinking of while I was doing that, at the start when you do the sort of the intro and the verse, you can sort of, if you want, just sort of be really precise there with the picking, or you can, if you want, just sort of get used to just sort of hitting all the strings, making sure your first finger is just muting like the other strings and your thumbs coming in. So and just getting used to making sure no other strings are ringing out. Okay, so have fun with Purple Stain. Hope you enjoyed the lesson, and I'll see you again soon.